Elmo in Oakland, California. Matthew here with freeprescriptionlenses.com. And with the help of my GoPro camera, I'm going to show you how I cut prescription lenses with anti-glare coating for your RayBan 5121 that you have sent to me. This is the tortoise color, which of course is, let me see. That's right, the 2012 RayBan 5121 2012 in the 50 eye size. So, let me begin, but before I begin, can I just tell you how much I love your case? This thing is so worn, so used. This is like the leather seats in an older Porsche. This is so nice to feel something that smooth. I only see the new ones. So, you got me spoiled on that one. I like that. Okay, so you ready for some next level stuff? I'm going to show you a couple things you haven't seen before in my videos since you have such an eye for detail. This is something new. I'm going to take my barcodes, which I have now, with the new edger, and I'm going to, let's go ahead and put it on the front this time. Boom! Let's do that. And I'm going to scan that. And I'm going to memorize the shape of your lenses, although this is a frame I stock, but just to show you the principle. And I'm going to hit the trace button, and then the stylus is going to pop up and it's going to trace the shape of the right lens before moving over and tracing the shape of the left. Here at gratisprescriptionelentes.com where everyone loves a bargain and no one is disappointed in quality. You buy a genuine, authentic RayBan frame and you will receive free, clear, single vision prescription lenses. But you did not buy this frame from me, so I'm going to charge you. Oh, I'm going to charge you so much. I'm going to tax you to the max for your lenses and for the anti-glare coating, just because I can. No, I'm just kidding. Your lenses are $40. The anti-glare coating is $40. That adds up to, I believe, just under $1 million. It's going to be mucho dinero and probably some American money too. Okay, so this is the shape of your lens. Dun, 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 dun. I like working on things magnified. Wish I could magnify everything in life. All right, never mind, but I digress. Okay, where was that? Oh, okay, yeah, pupillary distance. How about that? The machine automatically, your pupillary distance is 65, but it automatically comes up half of 65, 32.5 on the right, 32.5 on the left, 32.5 on your inner eye, which you use to look inward when you reflect. Okay, let's see, your prescription. Minus 250, minus 75 at 20. One of these says that. Yeah, 250 minus 75 at 20. Let me turn that on. Let me turn that off. Do you get weird psychedelic effects looking in there? Ooh. Hey, you live out in Oakland, California. It takes more than that to be psychedelic for you. Okay, let's see. Right lens, right lens. Back to work, back to work. By the way, here's your sister's lenses. I'm going to cut hers next. And by the way, yeah, don't make it any harder for me, will you? These are known as, it's pop metal where there's no screw to come out to change the lenses. So I'm going to have to do what's known as the cold mount. All you married people out there know what I'm talking about when I say the cold mount. Oh, I'm in trouble. I'm going to have to sleep on the couch tonight. Okay, here's your sister's lenses. I'm actually tinting them now. Let's see if these are the right color. You wanted a light brown tint. This is like a crock pot, just like doing Easter eggs. You have all these different sections: purple, brown, gray, rose, yellow, blue. What is this? The blue blocker, amber, bleach for stripping color out when I get them too dark, and then this is UV protection for plastic lenses, but she's getting polycarbonate. How's that for a light brown tint? You think that's going to work? Is that going to look good in here? Or as we say in the South, in here? Alright, we'll see. We'll see. We'll get to that later. You think she wants... That looks good. I think when you said a light brown, that'll probably do it. Okay, where's your lenses? Here they are. Let's go ahead and put them in the lensometer. Put it on 20. Put the power drum. Hang on, I got a flashlight around here somewhere. There's my flashlight. I put it so I don't lose it. Put the power drum on minus 250. Think I'll get some work done today? Let's just see. Put your lens in. Rotate until the sphere power comes in clearly. Check your astigmatism correction. Yo, man, you got astigmatism. Let's see, those dots never come up dark enough, so let me darken those for you. I see them well enough, but they just don't translate well in video. And this is your right lens. Let's do the same thing for the left. Minus 250, minus 75, minus 250. What did I do? Look at that. See? Ooh, I'm glad I caught that. I'm glad I caught that. Let's erase this. Let's erase this. Pretend that didn't happen. All right, rewind. Okay, I'm going to take your right lens out of the packet. I'm going to take your right lens out of the packet. Minus 250, minus 75, minus 250, minus 75 at 20. We're still there. Put it on minus 250. Rotate until the sphere power comes in clearly. I love the special graphics I can put in here. You can never tell. If I hadn't rewound it like that in real speed, you never would have known that I came close to making a mistake. But no one will ever see that as I edit this. Okay, your left eye, minus 250, minus 1 at 175. Minus, where's 175? It's on here somewhere. There it is, between 170 and 0. Minus 250, yeah, we're still on 250. Put that lens, rotate until the sphere power comes in clearly. Let's check your astigmatism correction. Minus 350, okay, good. 250 and 1 is 350. I'm double checking now, because I'm prone to making mistakes. Uno, dos, trois. And this is the left lens, also known as the not right lens. Put the cap. If you missed any of this, let me recap. Oh, you'll be telling it tomorrow. You tell say it's bad enough, but you'll be telling it tomorrow. Let me grab my flashlight. Okay, I've got a smaller flashlight, I just can't find it. Okay, so this is your right lens. The reason I put those dots on there, it has to be oriented in there just right for you to see your best because of your astigmatism correction. Forgive me for repeating myself. You've seen all this parts before. Don't worry, I'll show you something new in a little bit. This is your block, or as I like to call it, Jenny from the block. This is Jenny's backside. She has a little silver magnet on her backside. Alright, flip this around, put the sticker on there. Pull the paper off to show you that I buy only the best 3M adhesive pads, 3M out of Minnesota. Yeah, don't you know, you betcha. Alright, come up with some other Minnesota phrase, and I'll start saying that. Okay, your right lens, let's get it lined up. Pupillary distance is good. Optical center, the other two are on the orange axis, and you want me to hit that button, don't you? You want me to hit that button. I'm not going to do it. Boom, I did it. The block comes down, places the lens, the block onto your right lens. Let's do the same thing for the left. Now just to see them different, I told you I was going to show you something different. I'm going to pull the paper off with my left hand. How's that for special effects? It's harder for me than it was for you, I can tell you. I just don't do a lot with my left hand. Let's start doing some more. Boom. Oh, didn't work. Still didn't work. There we go. Delayed reaction. Yes, I've had some caffeine today. How can you tell? Alright, so your right lens, let's go ahead and put it into the Chuck. This is the Chuck. How you doing, Chuck? Good to meet you. This is the Edger. It costs $40,000, as I like to point out. It weighs 200 pounds. If you don't believe me, try and pick it up. And, alright, back to work. That is the shape of your lens. Now here's something you don't normally see, Elmo. Pay attention. As you know, the polycarbonate, plastic, high index, Trivex, all the different lens materials, your lenses are polycarb. I could cut it fast, but I'm not. I'm going to cut it slow. I'm not going to polish the lenses. I'm not going to put a bevel on the front side of the lens, only the back side. But you always see this automatic button. Let's do something different. Let's do it where the little hand icon pops up, which means I'm going to do it manually. The door closes, the clamp shuts, and then your lens is going to be traced by two white styluses to make sure the lens is large enough to fit into the frame. And of course, measuring the thickness of the lens at every point. And why does it measure the thickness of the lens at every point? Because it's going to come back with this new screen that you have not seen. Now, this tells me the thickness of the lens everywhere. This is the bevel, which is at 50%. I can move the bevel around at different point, and it shows me the thicknesses of that. You like that as it goes around? How's that for special effects? Front lens, back lens, all that stuff. Move that one too. Where's that white one? That's the starting point. So let's go ahead and do the percentage. Right now I'm at 50%. That bevel is going to be halfway at the front, halfway at the back. I can hit this minus sign, and I can move your bevel all the way to the front. I can move it all the way to the back, where the majority of the thickness of your lens is pushed out the front of the frame. But it comes up at 50%. Let's bring it back there. We're back at 50%. Wise, I'm actually going to move it forward where only the first third of the lens is where the bevel will be at, and most of the lens will be poking out of the back, although your lenses really aren't that thick because you're not that smart. Hey, you get what you pay for, Elmo. Okay, now let's hit the green button. What does that one do? Oh, just where I can change the size. Okay, never mind. Let's hit the green button. That's going to start everything up. The cutting wheel is going to slide over. Your lens is going to drop down. As you can see, water began running in the back of the machine from the glistening, although polycarbonate lenses cut dry where plastic and high-index lenses cut wet. You may notice that I have a new battery in my flashlight. Look how bright it is in there. So as I mentioned, your lenses are made out of polycarbonate. Where's polycarbonate? There it is. Polycarb. Polycarb is 40% thinner and lighter than regular plastic. They're also virtually unbreakable. If you don't believe me, when you get these in the mail, take a hammer and just start smashing your glasses up. I dare you to see if you can break this lens. But they're also bulletproof up to 22 caliber. If you don't believe me, go up to some gangbanger, ask him to take out his .22 pistol and shoot you in the eye and see. I dare you to see if this lens breaks. But it also has both UVA and UVB protection. If you don't believe me, go up to the sun and ask for its most damaging UVA and UVB rays. Try and avoid the UVC rays because those kill. There's nothing we can do about that. That is instant death. But that's deep space stuff there. But we know what the sun's harmful ultraviolet rays can do to your skin. Your eyes are 8 times more sensitive than your skin. How's this for special effects? Look at the words. Look at the words. Ooh. But as I was saying, your eyes are 8 times more sensitive than your skin. I ate some a little while ago. It's starting to kick in. I'm just going to sit there and stare at this as it moves around. It's going to take more than that to trip you out in California. But, so yeah, your eyes are sensitive. Wear your glasses, blah, blah, blah. All right, you've heard all that. I ain't telling you nothing new. Okay, so your lens is still completely flat, just like a nickel. If I were to take it out now, it would stand up on its edge, but not no mo. It's getting the bevel put on there. The knife-like edge so it fits inside the bevel of the frame. So water has just begun spraying on the lens, which reminds me I need to take a bath. But it does this for the last 20 seconds of the cutting cycle just to wash away the optical debris, the optical sawdust, also known as schwarf, spelled S-C-H-W-A-R-F. I didn't know there was going to be so much spelling involved today. Now, a little safety bevel going on the concave rear surface of the lens. Now in just a moment, I will open this door with my mind. I can also melt ice with my mind. It just takes a little while, but I can do it. Take your lens out. Let's dry it off. And use my thumbnail to scrape away any optical debris, optical sawdust, if you will. You see that falling? You see that falling there? Now, let's grab my camera and see. Can you see how the bevel is on the first 1/3 of the lens? So let's see how that fits. And you also said you want them in there snug. You never want to change these out. So let me force these in here. Whoop, I see a little bit more I got to clean off. Tuck it in at the outside corner. And man, holy cow. Oh, I can't force that in there. I'm going to have to take that down some more. Now, I could heat your frame up in my little bead pan. That'll make it a little bit more pliable, and I could push it in there, but I ain't gonna do it. So let me take it down 1/10 of a millimeter. Uno dos. It goes in 5 steps, 0.5. Don't ask me to count higher than 2 in Spanish. I'm being quiet now. Use this time to talk amongst yourselves. Plan the overthrow. Have fun storming the castle, boys. Hey, that reminds me. Now you need to take a bath. Oh, that was some good coffee. I'm gonna go fix another cup. The little arm's gonna move out into place. And now the safety bevel on the back surface of the lens. Is that about the right amount of color for your sister? Bring these back down here to go in her frame. That'll look pretty good. That'll look pretty good. Dry your lens off. Tuck the lens in. Man alive. I know you said you want these in there snug, but I just don't like doing them that stiff. I'm going to do it a little bit more. I'm just not going to force it in there, even though this is a heavy duty frame. It just puts a lot of tension and torque on your frame, pressing outward in every direction. And on a cold winter day, all you would have to do is take your glasses off and hit them on something hard, and these things would just, well, it would take a lot of force to break that frame because it's so well built. You got the triple barrel hinges. This one's old school, made in Italy. Whoa! These have been around a while. How long have you had these for? Because the most recent ones the last couple of years have been made out of China. This was a good score if you found these somewhere. And actually, we don't need a safety bevel. We've had enough of those. Let me just dry the lens off. That's only up to the main cutting one. Open the chuck up. Yeah, that's nice and smooth around the edges. Nice and smooth. One of my favorite rap groups from the, whenever they were from. Okay, so I'm going to tuck it in at the outside corner once I get all the swarf off. Tuck it in at the outside corner. It might go in this time. There we go. And that is in there snug. There is no play whatsoever. I think that's what you were looking for. Let's go ahead and start cutting the left. The left. Just like before. I can't find my flashlight. The door closes, the clamp shuts, and then the lens is going to be traced by the two white styluses. The dirty white styluses this time. There's some swarf for you up on those styluses. Measuring the thickness of the lens at every point as it goes around to know exactly and precisely where to place the bevel. So you have no edge thickness whatsoever. Look at that. Look at that. Oh yeah, hit the button. Start. If I get on the manual mode, I got to do that. That's looking good. I'll do the same thing for your sisters. Take the block off. Pull the sticker off. Let's go ahead and inspect your lens. Now, forgive me for repeating myself, Elmo. You've seen some of my videos, but other people may not have. I'm going to read the prescription off of there. Spin the axis wheel back to 20. And I'm getting minus 250, which is exactly halfway between 2 and 3. Your right eye is minus 250, minus 75 at 20. Let's check the 75 aspect of your astigmatism correction. And we're at 3 1/4, so that is made perfectly. And then we'll check the left when that comes out. I actually might be out of the Oakland way in July. My wife has a birthday and we were planning a trip. We're either going to do a driving tour of Norway or a driving tour of California and Oregon. We're actually going to probably fly into Seattle and then just drive down the Pacific Coast Highway. We're going to drive south, so she's on the passenger side looking out over the water because she likes to take pictures. I'll be inland and she'll be coastal. So I've never been to California, at least not since I was 16, and I was just in Southern California, in LA and Anaheim and Riverside. Is Oakland a lot like Norway? Am I gonna miss anything? You can still see the northern lights from Oakland, right? So your lens is flat, and now it's gonna get the bevel put on there. Only on the front third of the lens it shows where to touch down. The placement of the lens. So only the front third of the lens and the back 2/3 of the lens will be pushed backward in the frame instead of 50-50. So water has kicked in, meaning it's the last 20 seconds of the cutting cycle. It's like being at a car wash, isn't it? With the water splashing up. Look at that drop of water, a little icicle hanging off your lens. Let me open the door with my mind open. Only the best special effects when you buy glasses from me. Lenses, excuse me, you did not buy these glasses from me. So, I don't have a headache this time as I'm making your glasses. Give you your money's worth. So I'm gonna tuck the lens into the outside corner, push down with my thumbs. Boy, you wanted it snug, and you're getting it. I normally wouldn't force them in that tight, but this is customer's request. And Elmo is always right. So let's go down here and grab my miniature flashlight. You know, it fits in this hole. How about that? I don't need that. I don't need that. Let's put it in over that red dot. Spin the axis wheel back to 175. Why? Because that is the axis, 175. Check the power. We're getting minus 250, again halfway between 2 and 3. Check your astigmatism correction. We're at minus 350, so 250 and 1 makes 350. You know what's there. I won't bother explaining anymore. Pupillary distance of 65. I'll hold that up, place the stick against my right thumb on your left lens, on your right lens, excuse me. Now on the left lens we're getting 65 millimeters, so that is made perfectly. And go ahead and clean these dots off. I can still try and make sure that your lenses are in standard alignment, your frames, although they are. Nothing to adjust on these. This is old school. I like this frame just because it is made in Italy and not China, which so many, they moved, RayBan moved all their ophthalmic, meaning it's designed to have prescription lenses mounted in them, where the sunglasses, even though I'm wearing the new Wayfarer, which are sunglasses, I took the dark lenses out and I put my clear lenses in there. Most of those are made in Italy, where most of the ophthalmic are made in China, along with the iPod and iPad and spy satellites and all that other stuff. So that's that. If anyone has any questions about what I can or can't do, just email me at freeprescriptionlenses@gmail.com. Elmo in Oakland, California. Hope you enjoyed watching as I cut prescription lenses with anti-glare coating for your RayBan 5121, color 2012 in the 50 eye size. And of course these are the ones made in Italy. That's something you don't see on a RayBan 5121 anymore. Going old school on me, Elmo. So that's that, and everyone else has got the chance to see how I bring that love and feeling back to glasses. Stay tuned as I cut your sisters.